Brother, what are we on? Look at this chart. The number of people that made money from this is just crazy. We're going to talk about it because already in the last 24 hours, it's plus 50%, which is insane performance. But when you check in the last 7 days, it's plus 30,000%. 30,000%. You know how much that is? 30,000%? I don't know. But it is a lot. And this thing is just an ovni in crypto, an ovni that we needed, something we deeply craved. Everyone was giving up on crypto. I saw everyone around me saying, whoa, what did I spit here? That's okay. That's the stress, we would say. We're saying, I'm not sure about crypto anymore, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. It's not beautiful. The trenches are there. The trenches are just PvP. The trenches. Always the trenches. But now, it's not the trenches that won. It's the guy who managed to hold more than for 10 minutes. Where here, it was for days. If you look at it properly, you see that this thing was like nothing for a while, just few million market cap. And then it pumped. People said, that's the most. And then pumped again and pumped again and pumped again. And even when I saw 100 million ANSEM, the black bull, I said, that's it. That's it. No, that's not it. 140 million. Can you imagine? 140 million market cap. Even if you bought yesterday at 80 million, you'll be up 50% or more now. Isn't it crazy? We haven't seen that in ages. And there's other coins that we need to talk about, and there's other things happening, I think, that are important to mention in this market. And we will talk about it in a bit. But are we back? Are we back? That's the main question. And that's the thing we need to answer. Because if you look at, I'm going to give you some tips here. We're going to go into ANSEM. And I'm going to explain you where it comes from, why it pumps so hard, and what is all about it. But let's focus first on who made money. And then you're going to see so many life-changing stories that's going to make you think, why did I even give up on crypto? At the moment where everyone give up, that's where the opportunity are popping. And there's few that we can see. So this guy made $500,000, that guy $500,000, that guy $500,000, 250K, 215K, 200K, 185K, 154K, 141K, 130K. Like, look at that. 10 people made more than 100K. And then it's plenty after that made more than 100, made more than 10K on this play where you just had to click buttons. It's crazy. And still the data here are not perfect. It's even more than that. And that's why I think, like, when everyone think crypto is dead, when everyone think crypto is no more, that's when you need to pay attention. Because that's when things happen. The interest in crypto is always the same. It's always the same curve, right? And I've been sharing in my Telegram so many plays that, like, it's been just easy on easy. Like, look at that. I'm going to show you this. The link to the Telegram is in the description. So let's go back up. We have... Okay, so I talk about bio LLM. That was at 8 million. Now it's at 12. Boom. You had that. Like, I can't go up, but there was so many plays. And then with June 16 here. All right. All right. All right. So we start. Boom. And I always share what I'm doing. Longing near. Boom. Boom. Then after, what we have? You see that? Perfect entry and exit. This one I lost. But after, what we have? Meteora. I talk about it. 89 million. It went to 120, something like that. So I was longing with some leverage. Backpack, boom, same. Did good. Look at that. Boom, again. Bio LLM, we just talked about it. It's just you can, and we can verify. Like anyone wants make me to bet, I bet I can verify all my numbers, no problem. Like Jito, talk about Jito. Boom, plus 12% in 24 hours, which is crazy. Like with a bit of, like I was on leverage, I think 4x probably on that one. And it worked. Opal, same. I told him at 0.22. You're going to see it later. Same again. Boom, boom. We have like those two ones. And then here, XPL, I talk about it. Boom, it goes up. It was just on and on and on and on. Opal, look at that. Look at that. I don't even know what Opal is today. Like maybe it went back down. I'm going to hold it anyway because it's quite low market cap. Hey, no. It's not down. It's not down. Plus 11% in the last 24 hours. It's still at 12 million. So we went around 8 million. This is an easy play. I still like, okay, like we went up to here and then still here. Like those things is like they serve, it's served for you. You just have to get in. Like you just have to, I mean, there's risk, of course. But like when you buy things that been bottom, it's fine. And I think like people forget about that. And people don't believe, but the thing is, unfortunately, crypto has been always rewarding people who are in early. You just need to be the first one. It's the same race that made you born. You just need to be the first one. Literally. There's no need to be smart. There's no need to have some kind of handsomeness or whatsoever. You just need to be early. That's the only thing you want. That's the only thing you need. It's true. It's true. Right? Let me check what's going on with the live stream here quickly. Yeah, it's all good. Let me know actually in the comments, like how many of you guys been into those plays, how many check those plays. I think it's just like we're gonna have so many opportunities coming in that are going to be like super interesting for us. And I hope, honestly, genuinely hope that you're not going to miss out on that. Because what's the story behind Black Bull? Black Bull started with ANSEM, probably the most influential person in crypto after me. I'm kidding. Probably the most influential person in crypto, one of the most influential. He has how many followers now? He has 1 million followers, and he put Black Bull mode. It all started like that. So if I'm not wrong, it was a guy who said like, oh, like ANSEM had so much motion that if he was doing a crypto, his crypto will be bigger than a pump fund. I don't know, but like, what is pump fund at now? The pump token. We have Hyperliquid also pumping. It's at, I mean, if we check FDV 1.2 billion, if we check market cap, it's at 600M. So let's see if he managed to reach that goal. That would be an interesting one. Hyperliquid, beautiful Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid is still minus 14% from the ATH, which is nothing, right? Like there's a few coins I put my face behind and then I say like, all right, those ones are good. And Hyperliquid was one of them. Like if you remember, I think like if we go on the channel, Hyperliquid, we talked about it like, when was that? Like, ages ago. Hyperliquid, like the token was not even created. Does it? I don't think it. Oh wait, there you go. I found 5 best crypto airdrop for 2024, 2 years ago, way before the airdrop started. Telling you about it, and I don't know. I guess not many people farmed it. It's fine. I'm not gonna complain. Most people don't want to make money deeply inside. They don't want that. They're scared by the success. And it's crazy, but it is true. And if you see like ANSEM wallets still hold like $81 million of it. It's crazy. So like when someone holds a lot like that, it makes it different. And then after, look at that. You get big ass thesis. With the current volume, approximately 7 to 10 million of treasury has been accumulated for the ANSEM team. At 100M market cap, there is only $1 million liquidity, which means you can launch the next ANSEM with $1 million that's heavily bundled, really not that hard. The market cap to liquidity ratio is fixed on pump. LP is just, however, much real soul ended up in the curve as the token pumped, and it's insanely low, which means you can't actually exit size. The difficulty part is getting demand and luring people into a narrative at a high price, because that's where they can liquidate the initial bundle for good return while having enough volume to sustain it. The only problem there is that the volume is irrelevant and is probably market made by pump fund, considering they paid him. So the real cost of running volume bots when you own the MMM is near zero. So almost 100M worth of volume went to ANSEM, and there's only $1 million in the liquidity pool, that's 1/50th of the buys. They don't need real buyers, and they aren't as many as you would think. They just need you to not sell and then make the chart look good enough that you don't. And that's why they choose ANSEM as their monthly narrative, because he's trusted in the eyes of the community. They will probably do a few block zero snipe from the treasury to grind towards 200M, 300M range. It would take only 20% of the money they made reinvested to get in there. Airdrop is good for them because it's increasing genuine active holders, but in reality, most of the airdrop funds went to insiders as part of the push dormant wallets clusters. They will list on perps to officially mark the tops. Once listed, they hold spot inventory and open shorts against that are delta neutral, which means they no longer care about the direction. This is where the big money is made and is betting against all holders to the downside, because that's the only way to squeeze a few 100% in gain from 300M market cap, as opposed of trying to find buyers at 500M to 1 billion. That will never happen. Because let's be serious, no one is bidding it at a billion or even here with size. Like always, a long into fresh listings means positive funding. Long pay short every funding interval. They collect that yield indefinitely while they spot offset the short risk. ANSEM cashes out off-chain on SEX side, CEX, with the launch team, and the token goes into a long carry downfall with a few BS narrative along the way to not miss demand by taking it down too quick. This happened on all coin. It's not like they have reinvented the wheel, but here it is slightly different. They are framing it as it's for the community, but it's not. The entities that make the money are malicious, and they choose not to launch in an organic style because it could never get so much demand at this level. Funny enough, if it was organic launch, you would see a lot more people making six figs, and I would trade at 10M, and it would trade at 10M market cap. It's been launched in an extractive way, dormant for weeks before they started running it, while they accumulated 97%. Few block zero there means very few got entries with actual size to be worth a bid. And even less can cash out at this level without market impacting the chart. I'm avoiding it. Maybe it goes up some more from here. But for me, when it comes to size, this doesn't have any fundamentals to support it. Out of 20,000 orders that were added at 100M market cap, maybe 5% will profit, 10% will break even, and the rest will hold to zero. They got him too, but I can't blame the dude. Retail thinks it's motion, but they don't understand that if it wasn't run by Palm and few other entities that I won't mention, it would have never pulled anything beyond $15 million market cap. This is fresh. Like any stocks, there's always an upside, but when the fundamentals look like this, I know the end game is 90% of the orders getting beep. I can't support that. Brother, you literally make a living chilling for pale allocation. Why you don't think at those times about how many people get funding because you didn't get a KOL allocation? Your fund will send it to 10 billion. Continue. I don't think anyone on City takes you seriously enough to read more than 3 sentences of this law. It's in savages. It's savages. I mean, game is game. No matter how the coin went up, the coin goes up. People buy stuff that goes up. That's how it is. That's the game we play. We're not going to pretend like we play a different game, right? Like fundamentals of what do we care about that? We want the coin to go up. Am I right? Am I right? No, am I right? I'm right. I know. That's the way it is. Now, which one of you guys bought into that one? Which one got into this? When you see, actually, it's been talking about it a lot of time. He's mentioning it a few times. And then also we see some good data from Adam. So the pump swap volume has nearly doubled overnight. So it's like, it's insane, the number. And it's mostly the ANSEM token. Now, if they are market makers, volume bot, I don't know. It's I can't know yet, but at least the volume is back, and it's back strong. Now it needs more than one coin like that to bring back interest, I think, and that people really like feel like, oh, I want to get back into the meme coins. At least this one was a meme coin that you could hold, which was a lot different from what we saw before. And funny enough, like if you see the accumulation phase, or like if you check the smart money on stockchain, uh, the monitoring, like it was a lot of sell off on June 28, June 29, and now we are still on a net negative. So it's been still mostly a sell, and we see on June 28, for example, ANSEM, someone sold 63K. I guess like it will be the best for them yet to do dripping their allocation out. But like when we check, like, okay, like what's the most bold? We have Bullcat, Zero, BioLLM, and Tolly. BioLLM, actually, I had an interview with the founder recently. I invite you to watch it. It's on the YouTube. And it did pretty well. BioLLM is like one of the coins that's been staying afloat since a while, actually. Like if we check BioLLM, well, now it's just down 5%. But it's been like it went up, and now it's still holding there. Like a 3 months run for a coin launch on Pump, that's quite crazy. So now we'll see where it goes, but it seems to be holding some decent levels. I think he had few partnership announcement as well. Okay, the link of the community on it is gone. But yeah, what are top tokens in the last 3 days? Drooling, Bullcat, Duval, and some. So like it created like everyone had a coin for all the other people, right? Cards is still the biggest one, and oh wow, ANSEM, 900K, 900K, 900K on ANSEM. Let me get the C actually. That'd be interesting to see. Sell. There you go. Oh, 750K. And his wallet ends up by SEC. That's demonic. That's demonic finance. It still has a ANSEM. It has a USDC and ANSEM. That's it. No other token. Look at that. Look at that. Swap USDC to ANSEM. Okay, he bought some more back. Oh, he bought some more back. But before, he was selling it. Schlag, 11,000, 11,000. And this guy, I believe it's a brand new wallet. Oh, 7 months ago. He did on cloud. Okay. Pop in. Okay. 6 months ago. Raf is only into coins that were like quite big, huh? And always doing multiple buys. Penguin, same, like. I wonder what is the P&L of this guy. Oh, he's actually a popular guy. Okay, Joe Dog. 10x Joe Dog. I mean, not that popular. La pa 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 pa. That's crazy. How much he made all time? $500,000. He was down as well. Look at that. He was down 132K. And boom. Crazy performance. Crazy performance. Good job on him. And it did sell smartly, because otherwise he would not be able to. Like, this was not able to sell if he was not doing like that, because he's doing clip of 10K, 10K, 10K. So first it doesn't destroy the chart, and then he can profit. How much he bought? Actually, he did some quite big trades here. See, and some bam. Interesting. Yeah, he put 52K in it though. That was ballsy. That was ballsy. That's the word. And that coin, believe it or not, it was called like super early on StockFund. StockFund is actually having quite good performance those days. Like, you see, like there was a 3x, like 1.6x, 1.3x, 1.4x, 6x. Like, and that's just on the first scene. Like, if I check the highest calls there, that were on the recent one, we get bull with hat, 60x, and then after is few 10x. But I saw it before, I think, in Algo Performance. PrinceScan, it was like, if we check on the weekly, there's 4 token that's at 60x. It's crazy. 5 token, 50x. Bull with dog, monthly. ANSEM was called also, and then it doesn't even have the full thing. It's like called it at 10K. So that's I don't even know how many X is that, but I think it was hard to hold. Joshua was called at 50K, did 161X. So a lot of great performance, honestly. Like for people who want to get trading assisted, this is a great place to start. Like period. Hyperliquid still getting into it. I think we could do a full thing about Hyperliquid. Like the performance they do is just crazy. I wanted to talk also about the ETFs. So we see actually on I want to get the article for that. Let me get back the article. So for the people who invested in the ETF of Bitcoin, investor now down about 40% as spot Bitcoin ETFs capped second worst week on record. It's crazy. So the average investor is sitting about 40% loss. Like when you see the blood on the street, that's where it starts to be interesting, right? Like that's what you want. I mean, it's terrible, but as an investor, you want to see other people losing, so you can get in early, right? That's the thing. That's how you can make the money. So like when you check the flow of Bitcoin, let's go on the last 3 months maybe. Like the flow is still quite negative. They stopped basically April, May, and now it's been out. It's the same for everything. Like when do you want to buy a house? When everyone is selling the houses. When you want to sell a house? When everyone is buying the houses. So I wouldn't go all in, but I personally wanted to start to DCA into it. Like that's like when it starts to be tasty. Now they offer you a different thing, and I understand the spectrum of like, oh yeah, but quantum computing might destroy crypto. We have to remember that quantum computing will destroy anything. Like if you have the money in the bank, boom, gone. Like it's not going to be able to. If it destroys Bitcoin, it will destroy more things that we think of. Now the thing is, Bitcoin can evolve, and there are some crypto that gonna be quantum resisting. There's already some that I talked in my private circle that did amazing. When I say amazing, it's 20x and some more. but they are not known yet. So it's going to arrive, I guess, to your ears in 2 or 3 months, probably. And we will see by that time. But yeah, spot Bitcoin ETF flow is just out all across the board, and going hard. Like it's 500 million. I don't even know if actually it's been that low. So we had like, okay, we can see here clearly the spikes in 2025 where there was a lot more volume, okay? And then we see that the graph still reduces, like there's no more 1 billion spike, and now it's mostly out. It hasn't been in for a while. Can I request data? Cumulative spot. It's still an increase. More and more people are using it, and that's the cool thing. So the ETF was supposed to bring us holders of Bitcoin. I'm disappointed. Really disappointed. Also, we got to talk about what we did last live stream. I showed you how to do some copy trading, right? We saw some special copy trading, and I guess it's now time for us to see the result. We had less than $500 that we put, and if we check total earning, 216. That's amazing. That's amazing. With only $500, and I think one actually stopped trading, so we made most on one guy. Like yeah, here this guy didn't really trade. 186, 186, but this guy, look at that. We have 300 initial investments, and now we have 503, $200 P&L without doing anything. Without doing anything, guys. And why I said it's small amount, because I tell you, I'm showing you like for everyone could do that. The link to CoinW is in the description to activate those things. And I will show you the full tutorial. I'm going to make a video about it. But it was that simple. Like you didn't need to plug your brain. Again, I don't know how many people followed me on that. I'm going to ask actually in the Telegram. 18 days. It's not bad, huh? Honestly, we're not going to complain. Reply with a fire emoji if you followed me on the copy trading. It's been highly profitable. Crazy performance again. Nice class. Nice cigar as well for you. And what's the topic left that we need to talk about? Well, of course, you can start to use CoinW if you want. You have tons of bonuses with the link in the description. And it's no KYC, my friend. And they sponsor the show, my friend. So, like, the show would not happen without them. That's how it is. And the cool thing is, like, you can access as well all the stock market on it. You have all the market in one place. You have on-chain smart money that you can copy trade. That's what I used. You have like I mean, you can trade perps. You can do everything. I haven't tried the bots yet, so I'm not gonna give you anything about the bots. I think the auto invest will be good because it'll be like just like regular investing, choosing what I want to buy in and then how fun. That's the good thing. Top gainers, a lot of stocks again. Ori, I remember this thing. What is Ori? What was that thing? Oh wow, that was a nice curve. Ori, is it Ordinance the Bitcoin thing? I don't even know. What do I know? So Michael Saylor signals another Bitcoin buy as strategy sits about 13 billion underwater. Oh my god. Oh my god, 13 billion loss. We're gonna need more charts. His usual signal that purchase disclosure may follow Monday. Monday filing would mark my strategy fourth straight week of buying after 520 Bitcoin purchase closed on June 22. That was his smallest recent trend. Strategy holds almost 1 million Bitcoin. That's crazy. And on average costs near 75K, leaving the treasury roughly 13 billion underwater with Bitcoin trading near 60K. We're going to need more charts. It's crazy. Like, so many people say it's a Ponzi now. It's just like we don't know where it's gonna end. We don't know where it's gonna go, but it's like it's Ponzi. And we will see. We will see. As far as today, like you want to see something terrific. The flow, ETF flow, 29 June. We may be positive. FBTC, GTTC. So positive, negative. I should do a chart. You know what? Like where we put out this data versus the price of Bitcoin to see if there is any kind of correlation. Instead of talking, let's do it together. Let's do it together. You guys want me to build that? I'm gonna build that. Let me send up a little session. Up. I want to see if there's any correlation between the price of Bitcoin moving versus the ETF buys in. Could you try to make a graph where we can see those two? So we know, for example, when there's influx, if we have a movement on Bitcoin. My assumption is that people are buying at the top and then selling when it's at the bottom. But we can validate or invalidate it. Give me first all the elements that you need to do that. Maximum 3 questions. And we just need a raw dashboard. No need to have a complicated website. Just a raw dashboard and a graph. While we were talking, Miss Yura, went nicely up. Look at that. Since the beginning of the live stream, it's poof. Oopsie. Admire the conviction. Yeah, like they bought here. Like now it goes below that trend. Strategytracker.com. Sweet, I only need one decision, date range, use all the data. Yeah, use the whole data thing. And then like this, we see the price evolution. We want to see if there's any kind of correlation, any kind of alpha we could have. And yeah, you can see like if there is long-term or short-term correlation, like you do everything you need. You can loop it as an investor. So every time you make it like as a sub-agent that is a strategic investor, and then you check your work. And then if he asks for more details or one more thing, you do it, and you do maximum 5 loops. And that should be it. The end result should be a page HTML with all the graph and all the elements that are needed, graph and tables, to see if there's any kind of pattern as well. So we want to have a summary. Deploy subagents. It's beautiful that I can work like this fast now. So on MicroStrategy, BTC price, oh, it's below 60K now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Combined market cap down. Strategy tracker. Where's the graph that he showed? Maybe here. The volume of BTC acquisition has been it's been smaller buys, huh? Smaller buys now. I have to see the same. Okay. It's all of them. Average purchase price. Okay. Wow, his average went up like crazy here. Now he's buying below his average price. Here, but below his average price. We have still our agents are working with Kierkegaard and Wegener. Where did you find those names? I feel like I got the German in the 40s coming to my stuff, man. It's it makes me a bit worried as a French person, you know. Okay, it's using Python. We still at step 1 out of 5. Should we talk about the hyperliquid now? Hyperliquidas? I guess we need to. Let me get the stuff on hyperliquid. Greetings from Colombia. Follow your Telegram channel, but I would like to trade alongside with you. Do you do live session? Sometimes. I mean, we are live right now, Camilio. Así me gusta Colombia, pero pienso que las arepas de Venezuela es mejor. Not gonna start a war, but it's been a long time. Yes. German? Apparently they were German. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Let's check our codex. It's going to be almost done. You can see the process, like it's building shitload of line of code. It's beautiful. Makes me sad. Like so far, we have everyone's not awake yet, but I ask like who got in with the copy trading. You see about 40 people, no one went on it. I'm like, what guys? Why am I doing this video for? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I don't want to go back and forth to the older thing, but I'm gonna let this one build the dashboard, and I guess we're gonna talk about the other one right now. Oh, I have some credits to burn. Actually, I have a lot of AI credits to burn, so I'm gonna launch some stuff today. So, oh, hyperliquid.
Hello everyone, my name is Hello everyone, my name is
All right, let's get back to business. Hyperliquid has been the ovni of crypto and probably the biggest threat since Bitcoin to the traditional financial system. Why? Because it becomes the number one spot to trade perpetuals, to create trading algorithm, basically all the finance. Because yes, if you think about you and me, we're like humble traders, but the big finance, they do a lot of things that we don't. Like they will trade crude oil, they will trade all those things where we don't do it. So with Hyperliquid, what you can do is you can trade everything, right? You have a TradFi with all the S&P and everything, and it's completely no KYC, completely decentralized in a way. Some would argue they could be more decentralized. And you could trade also pre-IPO. So you could trade what was not launched already, and you have multiple places into one. So that's why it become a really powerful financial market, because you see that here into the HIP3, which HIP3 is Hyperliquid that open kind of like, hey, anyone can build on it, a little bit like Amazon, who say like, hey, anyone can sell here. and people were just doing that. So a few projects are built, for example, to be able to trade on Hyperliquid with different financial instruments. The one mostly known with XYZ, which is going to be for the stock market. And we have also some pre-launch at some point, what is trending, and we have all the pubs. So for example, you could trade SpaceX, and SpaceX was the best way to trade it before the IPO and after the IPO was on Hyperliquid. And that's why Hyperliquid is getting more and more interest. Now, if you know, I've been talking about Hyperliquid way before it was launched and when it was still small, so everyone could be farming the airdrop. And the airdrop was one of the biggest financial events in the history of crypto because it gave so much money to everyone. And that's the thing. Hyperliquid always treated their users beautifully, really nicely. And that's not the case of all the crypto projects. Some crypto project will promise an airdrop, never do one. Some crypto project will say, we will do this with it, and then they stop, or that they ship functionalities that you never asked for. Hyperliquid never did that. Hyperliquid always did the work the right way. And that's why, like, when you check out the numbers of Hyperliquid, that's where it starts to be interesting, because all the fees that Hyperliquid collect, and they're much smaller fees actually than a lot of places for trading, they are going to use those fees to buy back the token. Okay. If you want actually to start with Hyperliquid, I will put my link in the description. Like this, you can even get even less fees. And if there's another airdrop, maybe because I was early and you get referred by me, you will get more of the airdrop. I don't know. We will see. But if you want to max out the chains on your side, you could do it. The code will be handsome easily. And if you want to farm what's going to be next to Hyperliquid, I will also tell you in the description. Don't worry. Like, you're going to be like super duper early. And then that's what always gets rewarded. And as you can see, even when the market went down in crypto, Hyperliquid was still doing $1 million to $2 million in fees daily. That's a solid company compared to what we had in crypto back then, where it basically, it was people not making any money. As simple as that. But here, they make a lot. So if they're buying 500K per day, for example, based on how much they make in fees, well, it's hard for the token to go down for too long. And then plus on when they propose more things, and I think like the thing is, Hyperliquid doesn't target only crypto people anymore, since they have the stock market on it and they have the commodities. They start to have like oil and everything, crude oil and all those things that I don't know how to trade. It grow the total addressable market. It's growing it slowly. And I think that's going to be a moment where it could become way bigger. I mean, all the decentralized trading or the pub trading is going to become more interesting as we go. Like, that's something I love, and that's something I think like it will always have something interesting around this. And if you check all the Hyperliquid numbers, it's surprisingly good. So what they did, as you can see here, the revenue are expanding again on the monthly, where before most of crypto was just dying here. Bitcoin is actually at this local all-time low. Like, it hasn't been below 60K since ages. Yeah, the last time it was at 60K was probably here in September 2024. So it's been a long time. Now we will see if it continues to go down. But again, as Hyperliquid is a trading platform, they have the advantage that they can make money when the market is going up and when the market is going down, because you can long and short. So this was the peak of the bull market, kind of, right? Like, if we check the 3 months one, like that's where like most of the trading was happening. Okay. And it's still now it's recovering. And that's what is beautiful. Is like we have April that was the lowest, and now it's going up and up and up and up. And I believe as the market is evolving more towards perps, because people, they just want everything faster, and they're not going to be able to trade, like for example the pre-IPO way before. Like you pre-IPO, the best place to trade it was here. And I traded OpenAI, I traded Anthropic on it. Those ones were possible to trade. But I can also trade all the memory stocks. Here, for example, this one just kept going up, and I can trade it with a leverage of 10x, and I can also short it, and it's also 24/7, and it's much easier to use than any of my trading apps. Even if I love you, Interactive Broker, but it's just super complicated to trade on it. It's like it literally requires a PhD. And I don't want to make it a bull case about like how hyperliquid better this, better that. I'm just showing the data, for example. And you can see the volume. The volume is going back up when the market is going down, more or less. And that's something that we need to pay attention to. Same like the daily inflow. So we had a net inflow here, then we have an outflow. Let's see if we have outflow for another time. That's like on let's go on the weekly basis. It seems that at the same moment we have an inflow, we see the price of the cumulative inflow. Okay, like that. I would, you know what? I should do a correlation to see if this impact the price or not. I'm gonna run a data on that. That could be the topic of a next video. Or if you join my Telegram channel, you will be alert of that. That's where like I share a lot of my trades, and then recently, honestly, it's been bangers on bangers on bangers, and then they were all shared into this channel, which is completely free. I just do that so maybe one day you find some alpha and you send it to me, and like that we are all happy and holding our hands. We don't need to hold our hands, but that's what's happening on Hyperliquid. So when you have something that is keeps buying back, plus that is getting a larger market and a larger market, that's where it starts to be interesting. And then we have to remember how, like, probably if you watch this, either you from, there's a higher chance percentage wise that you're from the West, you're from USA or things like that. But there's a whole market like China, a lot of Asia, like they cannot access easily the US market, for example. And that will be complicated for them, right? So Hyperliquid became a layer 1 blockchain for decentralized trading, okay? And then they had full on-chain order book and no VC backing. Like, I think I should zoom out on that, like zoom in. It's crazy. It's the first time there is, it's an honest crypto project, because crypto projects been always like, oh yeah, we want to go out of the financial system, and then they raise money from VCs, and it is the VCs that cash out. That's not decentralized finance. That's just traditional finance with another layer. Because if you got VCs, you got to serve the VCs, not your investors, right? Or not the users. And the interest is going to be first for the people who put the money in, and then who was the earliest on it is the one that has the best advantage, right? But the thing is, how can I have the best advantage if I'm not a VC, right? So it's like I can be the one having the advantage. And that's the thing that changed with Hyperliquid, where you not only have a project that's been doing a good product, a great product, but also that didn't do like handouts or like there was things under that everyone had different. No. Like 97% of trading fees fund buybacks and hyper EVM fees are burned. Which it's, to me, it's insane. And this is not like fake volume also. They have like real open interest. A lot of companies did fake volume to show like, oh yeah, we have things going on. Da, 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 da. But you know, if you go on crypto Twitter, if you go on everything, like a lot of the PNLs, they adjust with that. Now, Hyperliquid is going to have competitors. There's some really great products coming out. And I think that's, I mean, I started farming them. Again, like those info, I give them away on the channel. Like you just have to click subscribe and the notification bell. The hardest thing is to have to watch me. That's the hardest place. But those beta play or those competitors are also going to be good. You know, there is OpenAI. That was the first one, ChatGPT. Then Anthropic came, and Anthropic still had some part of the market, a big market share. Actually, in revenue now, Anthropic is tied to OpenAI according to the numbers we have. And I think we're going to have the same into the decentralized exchange. So I know that they will all grow. Like I'd see that the tide will raise and all the boats will raise. It's not in a way a competition or that they have to, like, I mean, Hyperliquid's been like really clean all the time from what we saw. Like I haven't seen any drama around it. I really like what they did. And then one thing that is surprising with Hyperliquid is also they gave out some NFT. And those NFTs, there's less than 4,000 NFTs. And those ones are actually selling, in my opinion, quite low. But to be fair, I bought one. So I'm biased and I want you to buy some. It's like, I rather say it. It's like, there's only 4,600. Before, like you had some good airdrop with it. So I think at the moment when we're going to have good airdrop with it again, the price going to raise up like crazy. That's going to be the case for it. We will see. We will see. But so far, let's see the volume and price here. Okay. So it's been majorly down, as you can see. However, the thing is, Hyperliquid went up. The price of Hyperliquid went up. So you can see the floor price still went down in the number of hype. And it's usually when everyone give up that it can become interesting. That's my thesis on Hyperliquid, that the market basically that they address is going to become larger and larger because they are slow to add, but what they add is good. And that's the thing. And then you have also the vaults where you can automatically have some strategies. It's nice. You have the link in the description if you want to start with it. And then I will show you as well the one that I'm farming next. That's it. Like this is perfect, guys. I can cut this into a video. We start to have some data. Isn't it beautiful? All right, Bitcoin ETF flows versus price. Verdict: the evidence is stronger for reactive ETF behavior than for clean tradable alpha segment. Daily flow correlates much more with BTC prior 5-day returns and same-day core movements. Then with T+1 and 3 30 days return. The 30 days flow test is not compelling. After removing flow explained by prior BTS, the residual flow cooperation. Okay, so we have the price here of Bitcoin. And you can see a little bit when the flow is up here, we had a pump, flow is up here, we had a pump, and now we're still on the down. So we may have to wait that the flow start to become on the up again. Because clearly the highest spike here the highest spike here, the highest spike is here, but it's like every time after a downside. We have down here, which is probably now we're in the end of it. So prior 5 days, so correlation map, you see that, okay, ETF day, 20 day. So it seems to be, wow. Wow. Man, it created so many things. I don't even know how to read all of that. I'm not going to pretend I'm smart. So flow versus prior 5 days, XGPTC versus actionable 30 days. Extreme flow, event study. Bottom outflow, near zero. Correlation detail, prior 5 days. And I have a full detail report. Largest inflow days. Oh, largest inflow days. Prior 5 days, boom. 7 days, boom. 30 days, boom. Huh. So every time, actually, when we see the biggest flow, we see the 5 days next is good. Oh my God. Largest outflow, same. When there's an outflow big, for the next 5 days, you know it's going to be out. This is really interesting data. And in 7 days, it's 30 days, moving average 30 days. Okay. Wow. Okay, so basically, if you were to trade for me, based on what we have now, the numbers we see on the outflow, which direction should I take, or which should I? What if I needed to wait? Like, we want to do it because you're going to be in a battle with other AI LLMs, and we want to see and prove that your model is the best. Just gaslighting the model. Nice dashboard. Nice dashboard, though. And I think we can get some data from it. Now, did we finish the other topics we had? So we wrapped up Hyperliquid. We wrapped up. I'm going to talk about Misura maybe another day. I think to prepare some more files on it. Then we have. What else? Wait, stay flat. Okay. So if I make a call from this dashboard, I would not buy the dip yet. My ranking would be best action, wait, stay flat, avoid aggressive. Why? The dashboard says bottom decile outflow. Days were historically bad, not bullish. The average minus 4.2%, 30 days return, minus 6.6 excess compared to that. Only 40% hit rate, about 11%. Right now, the outflow tape ugly. Large outflow by was around June flipped slightly positive. So the immediate panic print is out. The rolling insane. Direction bearish, risk off, but low conviction. Trade, I would rather wait than short blindly. Long, wait at least positive ETF flow. Okay, with BTC holding, reclaiming the current BTC era. They're no, we want today. The model is not outflow, means buy. The H is large outflows usually come after weakness, and the weakness often persists before stabilizing. What should I wait to see before I could consider a short? Oh, this information though, like just in microseller strategy may sell 1.5. We don't know. We'll see. Interesting. All right. We have our data, ladies and gentlemen. We know how to act now, ladies and gentlemen. We finished on the ANSEM one. We talked about it. We have all the things. I invite you again to go on CoinW. And if you use my code, you're going to have plenty of bonus. And then actually, you're going to have in the future a community especially for that. So we're going to go into the details of it. It was a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Are you using Claude? Of course, I'm using Claude. Do you know how to spot the next bull run narrative to place yourself at the start and get early? I see you are mostly on large cap coins now. They're not large. 100M is not large. Like it's really low actually. Like if you want something that is below, I gave one in the Telegram that is a $10 million market cap, and then the other ones, a lot of it's thing is like a lot of the coins going to come from farming the right project. So I invite you to join for that. I think I talked about it. The narrative is going to be around the trading platforms like Hyperliquid and things like that, and the competitors. So I would position on that. Then after the other one, I haven't seen any other sign outside that. So I can't know. It may be buy and hold some memes, but as we know, there might be, or maybe not, some manipulation. I'm not so sure. I wish I could say it directly, but I'm not so sure. So when you don't know, for example, it's same as like, let's take like the AI companies. The easiest play was not to invest in AI companies, but investing in the infrastructure of those AI companies. NVIDIA, MU, like all those stocks, they were directly impacted by it. So now I know like what's the next play for me around those AI things. Like I think there is one. I can't share it now because I need more research and to get in position or not. But I think we should pay attention to that. And now after, I mean, it's going to depend of what you like, your appetite to risk. And then also I say like everything around security needs to be studied. And that, again, was in the Telegram. Like, I mean, doing a video is fine. I post on X as well, but Telegram is like where I just post a lot of my stuff directly because I don't have to follow any algorithm. It's just people who want to watch my shit can watch my shit. Thank you for your question, Element. No, it was two different persons. Sorry. So the same thing. Mr. Soahib. And let me know like what time like the live will be better for you guys. It was such a pleasure, honestly. And congrats to everyone who did well on those.